watching Madison College Talk. I'm here with Isaac Brown, the president of the Student Senate here at Madison College. So, Isaac is an interesting character. He's participating in a sleep cycle that is not normal to the average American or human being in general. So, Isaac, can you give us a little information about the sleep cycle you're participating in?
Yes, instead of the traditional 8 hours of sleep that most people get, I only get 2 hours a day. And I do this by splitting up my sleeping patterns into 30-minute naps every 6 hours.
Okay, so this is a polyphasic sleep cycle, and you're doing the Dymaxion sleep cycle, correct?
That is correct, yes.
Okay, so in this Dymaxion sleep cycle, in 24 hours, you only get a total of 2 hours of sleep. How does that affect you psychologically?
Going into this, that was actually one of my biggest fears, is what would happen to me psychologically. I worried that my subconscious would seep in and start wreaking havoc on my daily life and making me behave erratically or in strange ways that I didn't want. And what I found is that my subconscious has seeped in, but it's helping me to be myself to a greater degree, if that makes sense.
Yes.
I've started to notice how my ego and my consciousness sometimes gets in the way of my happiness by holding on to things like anxiety and pride.
So an average human sleeps on a monophasic sleep cycle, which is 8 hours of sleep, correct? Or the segmented cycle, which is 7 hours, or the biphasic, which is 6.5 to 6.3 hours of sleep. So what made you switch from that to 4 30-minute naps a day?
I really hated the idea of I feel like sleep itself is you throwing away your life 6 to 8 hours at a time. So it just bothered me. I'm not the type of person who likes sleep. I know some people just love sleep. That's not me.
Yeah.
If I could not sleep at all and function, I would do that. I was really happy to stumble upon this polyphasic sleep cycle and start looking into it because I just grew tired of throwing away. There's so many things I want to do with my life, and sleeping is not one of them.
What studies have been done on the polyphasic sleep cycles? Because I know there's multiple ones. Like we mentioned the monophasic. There's also the Uberman, which is 20-minute naps. What is it, 6 times a day? So what does research say about these sleep cycles?
There's been a lot of different research out there, and not all of them agree with each other. One of my favorites is NASA was doing it for their astronauts to see what the effects of changing up their sleep cycle would be. And they recorded their mental abilities as they were performing the polyphasic sleep. And they noted that their expectations of mental deficiency did not happen as they expected, but also that other mental abilities improved with the polyphasic sleep cycle.
Do you have any friends or family members that are participating in these sleep cycles, or you're like one of the only people you know?
I am the only one I know that's participating in it right now.
So how hard is it, like, socially to participate in different events and, hang out with friends when you need a nap? Sometimes when your friends are going out and you're like, I'll be right back, I gotta go take my nap.
That's a good question. It's a lot of napping ahead and planning everything out. It would be impossible to do if I couldn't time the naps. Like you're noticing that every 6 hours I have to have that 30-minute nap. So sometimes I take a nap, and then 3 hours later I take another nap so I can have that 6-hour stretch. And because I'm napping at usually around 6 in the morning and then 12 during the day, that's usually when people eat lunch. So
Right.
It's completely normal for someone to have a lunch break for 30 minutes.
So you're basically not even functioning on a 24-hour day. Your days just flow together.
That's right. It's
Right.
like I function almost on a 6-hour day. So it's interesting because I don't know if I should go here, but I feel like emotionally I process things better.
Right.
As far as how over time you can adapt to things that are hard on you. I feel like I adapt quicker because I'm going to sleep more.
Right.
And I also feel like, as far as school goes, I'm able to absorb things faster
Mm-hmm.
because I'm doing the absorption over time throughout the day instead of just one time at night.
Right.
They say that's where a lot of the compression happens is when you're
Mhm.
sleeping at night, and that's where part of the learning process takes place then. I feel like I still have that learning process, but it's happening spaced out throughout the day.
Right. And so I think just one quick question. I know REM sleep obviously is a major part of our sleep. And they say when we sleep in those, 6 to 8 hours, we're really not getting 6 to 8 hours of REM sleep. But those 30 minutes, those 30-minute naps, is that REM sleep?
Definitely. The
Mhm.
body does adapt and immediately is able to dive into the REM sleep, but there's also negative effects of an 8-hour cycle.
Mhm.
There's a depth of rest that the body goes into that actually takes energy to come out of. And in the 30-minute naps, you're not
Mhm.
going to that depth, but you're still getting the benefit of REM sleep.
Okay. Wow. Well, we appreciate you coming on to Madison College Talks. I definitely would suggest everyone looking into this. But safety comes first. So definitely speak with your doctors before you try anything. All right. Thanks again.